Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this, this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for as little as $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In the previous video we looked at XML MMTLP with a focus on AST transfer, potential squeeze and strategies going forward. So please refer back to the previous video. In today's video we're going to be looking at some additional concerns for people holding MMTLP in a number of different brokers, and as well as that we're also going to be looking at in terms of a question, and that question is if a short is holding a position in a company and that company is looking to become a private company, will it be required to close that short position? So we have had a response from this from one of the comments and one of the members of the Discord, so I'm going to be sharing that with you that shortly. But first of all I'm going to share with you an example of a common question, a concern just come through on the comments. So I'm going to give a shout out here to Jens Feig, and he said, sorry to say but I am located in Germany, I have no clue what to do. What a shot show. I think he may have spelled shot wrong and he was referring to a different word there, but he's also said can't trade preference shares yet, so what happens if I do nothing? Will my shares which are currently with my broker replaced by Nextbridge shares, or will the preference shares just be deleted? I have no proof anymore, or having shares with Nextbridge spin out, or what is going to happen if I do nothing, as I have no clue what to do. Where can I find my shares of Nextbridge, or Nextbridge if we'll sell everything? How do I get a divvy or whatever? Totally lost now with this BS. I think everybody knows what BS is. So with regard to Jens, I think he may be a common reflection of many people right now going through a process of confusion, and obviously we've not had clear communication from the company in terms of an official press release with regard to what is going to happen specifically stage by stage and what investors should be doing. So we are going to be looking at this. We are looking at some responses from the brokers. I'm going to first of all start by having a look at one of the responses we've just received today from Trading 212. So let's have a look at that first. So in response to the previous video, on the screen here you'll see one of the messages I received from one of the Discord members who successfully contacted Trading 212 with a response. So his question here was he's contacted Trading 212 with regard to MMTLP, and he's now going to be sharing images of the response. So let's have a look at the response. So the question here on the top right was posed by the Discord member is, I hold MMTLP shares in my General Invest and ISA and require an update as I'm hearing rumours that they have to be registered somewhere. So Dimitar from Trading 212 has responded and he said, thank you for your cooperation. At the moment we do not have any information from our intermediary about such an event. So obviously this is telling me that the company have not informed brokers about the process. A lot of brokers are still confused, but what Dimitar has also said here is nothing to worry about. If we have an update, rest assured that we will notify you accordingly. So the member here has also followed on to say, and I will not lose them. So Dimitar has provided a little bit of reassurance. He said the shares will remain in your account, nothing to worry about. So obviously conclusion here, that's perfect, thanks for your help. So as far as I'm concerned, we have written confirmation here, the shares will not be lost. So according to obviously contractual agreement here in writing, if anybody does lose their shares and have significant losses, then this is obviously a clear written response from Trading 212, and as far as I'm concerned this is legally binding. So hopefully we'll act as a solid confirmation here that nobody should experience a loss in terms of not having proof or confirmation of your holding, especially when it moves over to Nextbridge. The next thing I'm going to do is give a shout out to some of the responses to my tweet yesterday. So first of all we're going to look at LT, and he stated here in response to my tweet, Fidelity registered my shares AST in 10 minutes, but need look to get a specialist to help you proceed. They said recently so many people asked to do so and keep increasing our shares in many places, so I'll keep half and transfer another half to AST, just let it be. So what LT is basically stating here, half the shares he's potentially looking at selling in the event of a run-up and a potential squeeze, and half of them he's going to potentially keep with Nextbridge in the event of hopefully good news with a buyer. So Lisa Young has also chipped in. She says, I've never done this before, do you sell through Fidelity? So again, Lisa is an example of many other people who are still waiting for clarification or instructions. So right now it looks like investors may need to directly contact their broker themselves for a response. So this is something I think everybody can certainly go ahead and do. And finally at the bottom, shout out to Gray, who stated here, once the S1 is approved, brokerages will receive a corporate notice and will be able to give the correct information to their clients. They will also know the short loan shares will need to be recalled. So that's very interesting. That's something that we're going to focus on now. So the good news with regard to this tweet is obviously many of the brokerages have not received confirmation of and approval of the S1. So once that is done, hopefully we'll get more clarity. But what I want to focus on there now is the last part of this tweet, and it's saying they will also know that short loan shares will need to be recalled. So let's have a look at that now. One other thing I'd like to make clear is Gray is also a member of the Discord, and I have been in contact with him today. So he has shared some important information which I'm going to share with you shortly, but there is a condition. So on the screen here, what he said is one condition on using this information in tonight's video is that you publicly quote my opinion as my opinion, and that is that Voltron are a bunch of utter FUD clowns. So what Gray is specifically referring to here is a number of people who are creating FUD. In other words, spreading information which is false and untrue. So this includes information such as implying or suggesting or saying clearly that people who buy MMTLP after the merger or right now will not be entitled to the dividend, and the dividend will only be for people who were the original holders of MMTLP. So this is not true. Obviously we know John Berder has stated that this is not the case. The other fear that they are also creating is that people who buy MMTLP will not be entitled to the common stock for Nextbridge. Again, something else that is also not true. So let's now have a look at the question posed by Gray to his broker IBKR. So under the name G34 on StockTwits, the question is, if I hold a short position in a company and if that company goes from trading on the OTC to become a private company, do I need to close my short position before the company takes itself private? So let's have a look at the response from the representative of IBKR by the name of Brian. So Brian has said, generally the company has to buy out all the long, thus causing your short to get called in if they go private. So response here, if IBKR would automatically close my short position if it was still open on the day of privatization. So Brian has gone on to say, when you short a company, the shares have to be borrowed, and these are usually from someone that is long. If the company goes private, they would have to buy all outstanding shares. When that happens, there will be none to borrow. Your shares would get bought in. So again, this is strong written confirmation that obviously once this process gets started, the S1 is issued, the countdown is there, then the pressure on the shorts certainly is going to be increasing. A final thing I'd like to say is be aware of the FUD, be aware of who is creating the FUD, and also with regard to your own position, carry out your own due diligence and have a plan. And finally, I'd like to finish off by giving a shout out to our stock alerts channel on the Discord. This is where we give a list of stocks prior to trading on the open market exclusively to the Discord members. So the key stock I'd like to focus on is ticker symbol TBLT. This has been called out on a number of occasions and is one of the best successes that we've had so far. So on the screen here, you'll see that initially we called this out on the 20th of April, again on the 24th of June, and more recently on the 15th of July. And you'll see that today, just prior to trading, we also called it out again. So let's have a look at the chart for ticker symbol TBLT. You'll see over the previous 5 days, this stock is up close to 100%, but it's also up in excess of 314% on the month. And right now, today, the stock was up in excess of 34%. So again, a tremendous day for ticker symbol TBLT. So congratulations to everybody who got into this. So if you would like to get advanced notification of our weekly watch list and our stock alerts channel, you can join the Discord for little as $9 a month. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.